Hello there everyone, today's video all about student loans, specifically news from the student loan company in terms of how they interact with HMRC. So let's just set the scene. If you have a student loan, you have to start paying it off once you get to a certain stage beyond graduation. So how you pay off your student loan currently in the UK is that it's deducted via your pay slip. You're assuming you're working for somebody. Your employer is obliged to withhold not only PAYE but also, as part of the PAYE, the income tax and the national insurance, student loan payments to pay off your loan. And what happens is that HMRC then give those student loan repayments, they give them across to the student loan company, which is the organization that originated the loan, gave you the loan in the first place. Now, that's been the way it's been for years. What if if you've got your own company and you've got dividends and everything else? Well, then you reckon up on your personal tax return every year based on the plan that you are, whether it's plan 1 or 2 or whatever it is, and it'll be a percentage above a certain earnings threshold, and you have to pay that. So the point is that HMRC acts as a collection agent for the student loan company. Now, here's the thing. What happens if you get to the end of your loan and you've paid it off? Right now in the UK, or certainly up until really recently, this change that I'm going to tell you about, the student loan company didn't tell HMRC that the debt had been paid off. So often what would happen is through the PAYE system, deductions would still apply. So you'd be paying off student loan repayments through payroll, through your salary on your payslip, even though you'd paid off your student debt and not found out about it until the end of the tax year, when you got a statement through from the student loan company and they go, oh, actually, you've overpaid, we owe you a few quid, here you go, have it back. But there's been delays in that timeline when that happens. So now what has happened, and it makes perfect sense, you wonder why they didn't do this from the get-go, is that the student loan company will automatically now inform HMRC when individual taxpayers' student debts have been cleared, so that they in turn can then, via the tax coding notice, tell the employer to stop withholding student loan deductions to pay over to the student loan company because there's no more debt. You sort of think, why the hell wasn't that ever in place from day one? But anyway, it wasn't. So going forward, I would urge you, even though this new communication is supposedly in place and it should make things a lot quicker, things being you're getting your money back if you have overpaid, but for goodness sake, do check your student loan statements. I know a lot of people just forget about it and what have you, but every year, or maybe even more frequently, if you can log in and download, you can see these things as often as you like, but probably once a year they update them, I would imagine. It's been years since I had a student loan, but nonetheless, what you need to do is cross-reference and say, right, you work out from your P60, if you're an employee, it's a nice summary, it's got an amount that's been paid over to the student loan company for the whole year. And then you get the statement from the student loan company, you say, it says payments received for tax year 22, 23 or 23, 24, and you simply cross-check that back to your P60. That's for ongoing. Then of course you can see, hopefully, the debt being whittled away. Yes, there's always interest clocking up as well, but of course you'd hope that the principal amount outweighs the interest and the balance comes down and down until eventually it's at zero, and then you'll be able to see exactly how long you've got to go and if you have overpaid. So what I'm saying is, don't simply rely on the fact that this all new singing, dancing, two-way communication is going to solve everything, because it sure as hell isn't. So you need to check your student loan statement regularly, not only to see that your payments year on year have been landing where they should in your accounts, that should have been deducted by your employer, but also at the back end when it comes to wrapping this thing up, when you get close to paying it off, make sure that you haven't overpaid. And for goodness sake, if you have overpaid, get straight on the phone and ask for that money ASAP. And they might try and fob you off and say you've got to wait till the end of the tax year and all that business. But listen, it's your money that you've overpaid through no fault of your own. So for goodness sake, do yourself a favour and get all over that refund. So just an overview there on changes afoot in the way the student loan company liaises with HMRC and the payment mechanisms, repayment mechanisms thereon. If you like this video, please do subscribe. And as always, I'll see you soon.